Hello guys, welcome back to my channel for those of you who've been here before and who are there right now, and a huge welcome hug to all those of you who are here for the first time. This is going to be a general reading that I'm going to be doing for the year 2022, and this is going to be pick a pile reading where I'm going to be having 4 piles and I'm going to delve deeper into some questions, including some of the challenges you've been facing through 2021, some of the soul lessons that will be guiding and shaping circumstances for you in 2022, including some of the advices, spirit guidances, and also delving a bit into your subconscious blocks, which are being guided to heal and to be paid attention to in 2022. And I'll also be ending with a piece of good news or some blessing which your spirit guides have for you, which will be coming up in 2022. So stay with me for the entire reading. The timeline has been given. I will give you an opportunity now to have a closer look at all the piles and pick out the card, the pile you were instinctively guided to from pile A, B, C or D. Please know that all answers might not resonate equally with you, so take whatever fits for you, because this is a general reading. For a personal customized reading, as always, you're welcome to get in touch with me here or through an email. Links have been given below the video, and I do provide customized readings, lengthy readings within 3 business days. So feel free to get in touch with me also through my Facebook page or wherever you feel guided to. So please go ahead and have a closer look at the piles now and pick out the one which you guided to most, and we will move on to your reading from there. And I hope this is truly an insightful reading for you in more ways than not. So here we are. Please take a closer look at each of these piles: pile A, pile B, pile C, pile D. And instinctively, or you may also close your eyes and ask your higher self for guidance, choose the pile you are most guided to. Pick pile A, pile B, pile C, pile D, which has some highest messages for you for the year 2022, and which is likely to resonate more than not and more than the other piles with you at this point of time, for things you need to hear, which will be for your highest good and deepest interest at this point of time. So let's move forward now. All right, so I'm going to be starting with the first pile, pile A. Now the questions that I have asked are the same, as I said, for all the 4 piles. And let's look at first the kind of challenges or the roadblocks that some of you, or the events or circumstances that some of you might have been facing through 2021, the year which has just gone by, and which might still be kind of, going on in your life. All right, so what I feel is, now this is the beautiful, beautiful sun card. So what I sense instinctively is that some of you might have been facing some kind of roadblocks to achieving your ambitions, to achieving the kind of success which you feel you're worthy of. Success might have been denied to you, your recognition or so to say fame or complete full acknowledgement might have been denied to some of you. You might have been working hard, or you might have been facing obstacles. You might have felt that's your fair share of the sun has been blocked out or not been given you. You may have felt lack of acknowledgement, appreciation at work or within the family, or it's most likely, I feel, maybe to do with work or creative endeavors. Success might have been difficult. You might have been facing a lot of roadblocks, and the kind of success you seek recognition for something you are really good at, or something you've been putting a lot of work and passion into. So in some way, or at least that's what you feel, so in some way that has been denied to you. It's been blocked. You've been facing obstacles. Things have not been coming easy. You feel you've been doing a lot of work, you've been putting in a lot, but the returns have been very limited, or they have not been wholly fulfilling, and you've not really achieved recognition. Maybe a promotion or something which you really felt should have come your way did not fully come through, or it was not satisfactory enough. A raise or a promotion or some kind of creative endeavors, creative opportunities, big time or small time, whatever it was in your case, it didn't come through, it didn't really materialize. So some kind of blocks of those kind in success, fulfillment, creative endeavors, in ambitions, that kind of thing. What are some of the lessons? Now this is also connected with this card. So I asked here, what are some of the highest lessons which have been going on in your life and which will be going on in your life in 2022? Now we all have some kinds of lessons, but there's some major lessons at each point of time when we are living a life, which are shaping the other circumstances, the events, the relationships, and a lot of other things in our lives. Remember, nothing is happening in a vacuum. Things are happening with us or for us or against us, or however we perceive them to be, because there are certain lessons connected with them. So that's the reason they're happening in a certain way, because we are meant to learn and ultimately transcend those lessons so that we may transform in that particular specific area or test, so to say, in our life, and we may graduate higher in the school of life and transmute and heal whatever this lesson was about. So let's see at some of the most important lessons which your higher self wishes you to know of at this point of time, which will also be playing a major role among other lessons in your life in 2022. Imagination. Oh my God, now I feel so strongly. See, this really, for me, it relates a lot to the Sun card, because this is again about Sun, is about creativity, passion, creative endeavors, a lot of giving free rein to your imagination, to your whatever it is which sets your soul on fire, the work which you love, the passion which you love, achieving success, ambition. It's not dull, dead work. It's something which truly sets your soul on fire, and something, it could be any work area, from the mundane, from the regular to the creative and to the offbeat path, but it's something which, where you truly can shine. And the card you have received is about imagination. So something is going on there related to this, which is going on, a lesson you are being taught. So are you trying to hold yourself back in? Are you fully allowing your imagination to soar, to not to be held back by traditional conformity, traditional expectations, and conditionings? Are you really allowing that? That's what the question is. So imagination, there is no dearth. Imagination is not something which can be taught in a school. I really pity those children. Sometimes even when we're little, they have been certain, even from my friends, I hear of, I've heard of stories of art teachers that I'm talking about India. I don't know about other places. I'm sure there are good and bad teachers in all places. There have been art teachers who force children literally to draw things in a certain way, and that is ridiculous, because art, at least, is one thing where you cannot say 2 and 2 is 4. It has to be 4 and only 4. Art, you can draw an apple any way you want. You can draw a tree any way you want. So that is what imagination is. That is not something which can be curtailed. You can polish it, you can learn more, you can help it to expand more, but this is not something which you can condition or curtail. So it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. That's what it says for you. So allow your mind, maybe there is still some steps left, some lessons, deep lessons left for you in the area of imagination. Maybe you are conforming to too many things. Maybe you are thinking in the box, and that's why this is being your imagination. Your higher self wants you to soar higher, not just think in the box, not to do the tried and tested, not to be tied in with just limited expectations, not to limit yourself, so to say, in self-limitation, self-sabotaging. So allow this aspect. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So, and also, do not do everything just for the sake of because if I do this with a business like materialistic mercenary instinct, if I do this I'll get success, if I do this I'll get money, I'll mint money, I'll get more people to like me, or more people to follow me, or more clients, or whatever. Do it for the sake of doing it itself, because it honors your soul. It sets you on, whether it's working in a traditional office, the work you're doing, or whether it's outside, or whether you're a freelancer in something. Do it as much as you can for the sake of it, just for the joy of it, and trust that the universe will get other things for you. Do not get disheartened if your rewards you want do not seem to be coming as quickly or as much as you would want them to be. Do not get disheartened. So this is just the time to imagine and be one with all the consciousness out there has for you. Connect with it, and you'll get more and more and more to enrich your art or your skill. So allow yourself to soar. Don't limit yourself. Don't allow yourself to be disheartened just based on rewards right now, which is not to say you'll never get those rewards, but it might be in a way which you might not be aware of, or which might not exactly be how you now think of them to be. Okay, so this is an important message from your spirit guides. High spirit guides asked for one message which they would most want you to know of for the year 2022. One message, guidance, advice, whatever you might call it, for the year most 2022. Seek. Again, I connected with the seek more. Don't get disheartened. You're not yet at the end of the journey. There's more you have to learn, more you have to seek, and not outside of you. Are you looking for things, just seeking reward, seeking recognition from the symbols and signs outside of you, outer recognition, outer rewards, without first doing the work inside of you? Remember, the joy and success first comes from within you. Start feeling that way. You know you're doing something which really brings you joy. You know that it will come eventually. When you first feel that way, the other things from outside follow you. It's possible that you're shortchanging yourself. You're not really being honest or fully committed, maybe inside, or trying to do half-heartedly. Even if you love them, or you think you really love them, or you're really putting in your best, but you're not. So kind of cheating going on maybe. So seek things inside you. Go within you first. Spirit wants you to connect to you. You're not getting things like in a shorthand way. Okay, the power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. Spirit is the non-material part of us, right, which runs through everything, even through a block of stone. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to another. So I feel strongly that this card is also about unification. This lesson which is going on, you're being guided to connect to more than just the material rewards of something, or just the material aspects of things, especially if it's about work or whatever it is. You are maybe used to looking too much at the physical aspects, or maybe you have started just now becoming aware through the last year of how much non-physical plays a role in everything around you, and you've started looking at things with your new eyes. So if you've already started, do not give up that search. Continue deeper into it. And spirit, the non-material aspects of things, which is most of us, the physical aspect is just the tip of the iceberg. It's when we start connecting to the inner part of us that we start getting answers to every single thing at the right time, in the right way. That's not in our hands, but connecting to spirit is in our hands. So seek from deep within. Maybe this is also about connecting. If you're seeking for answers, if you're feeling uninspired or unmotivated, or you're facing kind of a block, in writer's block or a work block or a creative block, do not look for inspiration outside. Seek it within you in meditation or going deeper. Answers will come to you through that source. When you seek from within, answers more than what you imagined will come, and it'll help you in all these aspects. So seek within, connect to the non-material aspect of life. Then I have a very powerful card. This is from a very powerful raw deck, which is about self-inner cleansing, the shadow work, the shadow work deck. So this is a very beautiful deck, which is for shadow work, and it says Buho, transform the way you see. So this is in relation to the question that I asked, what is one deep subconscious block which has really held you back a lot in life? Subconscious block which has limited you, self-limited you, so to say, held you back, entrapped you, and kind of restrained you from truly shining your light and going ahead and being who you truly are meant to be, and which your higher self now wants you to really pay attention to. And that's playing also a big role in your life right now, and will in 2022, which you are being guided to now acknowledge, look at, focus, heal, release, transform your life through doing this. So this is transform the way you see. What I feel is, again, I will connect to the other cards you received. Like, this is for you feeling blocked, you feeling unacknowledged, unadmired, unsuccessful, unaccomplished, right? So are you truly being grateful for the things you already have? Or maybe you are expecting too much and too instantly and too quickly, without really going depth into the spirit of the thing, spirit of the work, without really becoming one with what you're doing, and then allowing the reward, sweet success to come to you. Maybe you are seeking instant things, you just do whatever you think is right, and then you feel, I've done my bit, why isn't success coming to me? Or maybe you have already done your work and you just need to wait it out and not do anything more except for just be happy, be connected to yourself, and You have put in your work, the seeds are there, they will sprout in their own time when you might be least expecting them to. Maybe there is nothing more left for you to do except trust and surrender. So it's like changing the way, basically, whatever that way might be. I trust that you'll be intuitive enough to know this, whatever it means for you. Maybe the way you are looking at things, the way you're looking at your work or success or what you're putting it, the way you are, that needs to be changed. Or maybe you need to be more grateful for things which you already have and trust that more will come. Grateful for the things, for the success, for the appreciation, for other things, good things which have already flown your way. So look at things with new life. Don't be in a complaining mode. Don't be, if you feel unaccomplished or unsuccessful, that doesn't mean the universe feels the same way about you. Maybe you are viewing it as that, maybe because you feel the outer symbols make you feel that way. Maybe that's not how it is, you know. So maybe you should not allow the outer signs of success to really govern you, because that's not how the universe is viewing whatever the larger thing is going on. Look at things with fresher, newer, positive eyes, and you will see a whole, you might just, you know, like this, things might happen for you, like this, an insight might come, like this, an answer might come which had evaded you earlier, like this, you might suddenly feel more motivated, passionate, on a high vibration. So through 2022, remember to look at things now with fresher eyes. Our world has already changed. It will continue to accelerate and change at a faster pace. The old eyes will not work for us any longer. The eyes of freshness, love, more passion, connectivity to spirit is what is going to help us going forward. And finally, I have the last card here. What are some of the good things happening for you likely in 2022? Some blessings from the universe. So I feel you have a very major card, the Hermit card. I feel you are going to be allowed a lot of precious me time. Again, I will connect it to this card and the Seeking card and the Have transformed the way you see. This is also about development of your insight, you know, divine insight, your third eye, so to say. I feel that is going to be developed more, and you're going to start seeing more than what just is apparent physically. You're going to get answers from within you, you know, like those kinds of things you're going to start becoming aware of. You know, which earlier you were just used to seeing things which were obvious in your physical reality, but now you're going to see with your inner eyes. So again, and all your cards tie in perfectly. You are going to be allowed that opportunity to develop your insight. How does that happen? When you go far away, which does not always mean you go away to mountain retreat, or you go away to meditation camp, or you know, you go away in the mountain cabin, although that can also happen for some of you for some time, if that should be your will, if that's what you're looking forward to doing. But this means essentially taking out time and going inward, whether you seek out time for your own away from family and friends for a couple of hours each day, or on weekends, or you reduce socializing because you need more time, more silent space for yourself, or you spend more time in nature. This is in some way about having a higher perspective, seeking answers from the soul, going within, going away from too much noise and too much socializing, too much external answers, and finding that space where you alone are with spirit. So to get a higher, brilliant perspective on life and the things which matter to you, allowing that insight to come in a space which is just yours and connection with spirit. This is going to be a major blessing in your life. It can seem hard, but if you're ready for it, it will leave you transformed in so many ways. It's a huge lesson, and it can go on for a long time, but if you're ready, it will transform your life in ways you never imagined. So this is a beautiful blessing of solitude. Remember, it's not equal to loneliness. It's a beautiful blessing not all of us have. And if I, for one, absolutely value my solitude, I cannot even for a single day imagine just being around a lot of people all day, every day, and not having my own time. I mean, this is something which is as important to me as breathing, having my own space of solitude for most of the time. In fact, that's the way I am. And then I can, be with other people only when I have my solitude. So that's a big blessing. I can tell you that for sure. So once you are being guided to it, allow it and cherish it. So guys, I hope that was guidance for you, and that really makes some sense for you. If not now, then over the coming days and week, when you will start understanding it more and more, maybe with the outer events or the inner insights that start coming to you, these cards which I spoke about today will make more sense for you. So that was it for you guys who chose pile A, and now it's time for us to move to people who chose pile B. So here we are, people who chose pile B. And let me start again with your first card. So some of the challenges, some of the things which have been faced by you in 2021, the year that has just gone by. All right. So I feel for a lot of you who are being guided to this pile, 2021 might have been a bit hard for you money-wise. Now, when I say hard, it means different things. Like if you really in crunch of money, if you've been unemployed, if you know, there is someone who's really poor, so to say, all of these are just relative terms. But if we're talking about, you know, specifically materially, we might, you know, someone might have a lot of money and yet consider himself poor. Someone might really be in dire straits. So whatever this means for you personally, you have had some money crunches or some money issues, or at least some money scares, or your means of livelihood have been affected, or you know, there has been some anxiety or something or the other. You have become cautious about money, cautious about spending money, or either you have also, it's also possible you have gone overboard with spending and you've been guided through the year, you were being guided to take it easy a bit and bring your resources more in balance, so to say, more in balance, neither to be too miserly, nor to be you know, just not caring and being a spendthrift. So taking it in the right perspective. So I feel a lot of you might have been being guided to be cautious about money in some way or the other, about investments, about resources, and you know, about money, or you know, trying to invest more of it, save more of it, and being a little more careful for it in whatever way, big or small, that was relevant for you through 2021. So you know, being more cautious and holding on to your money rather than being careless about it because of whatever was happening in some way or the other. Also, yeah, kind of hoarding. Some of you might have been feeling insecure enough to have been indulging in hoarding, kind of hoarding, or being like sitting away your money because you were too insecure in some way. So whatever it means for you, a lesson going on for you, again, a soul lesson, a big lesson that your higher spirit wishes for you, higher self wishes for you to know of right now, which will also be playing through 2022. Now, these lessons are lessons which shape our outer circumstances, relationship events, because they mean us to learn certain things through outer events or through what's happening around us or with us. So what is that lesson which will be or has been or will be shaping a lot of things in your life in 2022? So what is that lesson which you're being guided to learn and transform through, which will be guiding your circumstances? Fear. I'm not surprised to look at this card, especially considering what has been happening through 2020 and 2021. A lot of fear has been played out, and in fact a lot more than what was necessary. Fear is never necessary, and a lot more than was necessary or right has been played out. And it says here, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So guys, I feel that you should ask yourself, have you allowed whatever fear this fear means for you? It could have been fear about whatever has been going on, fear because a lot of fear has also been created by the media. What are the things that you're allowing into your life, allowing you to influence you, that have been creating you a lot of fear in you, or sustaining more of that fear and not allowing it to get transmuted? And have you been allowing yourself, you know, more of such kind of fear-based stimulus instead of detaching from it and not allowing it space into your life? This is your lesson. Unless you learn to, you know, not pay attention to fear, it will raise its head more and more and create fear-based things in your life. It will create more fear because you are sustaining the fear by your belief in fear, by your importance and attention to fear, by asking other people also maybe to play a part in that fear. So this is about love. Remember, there's only one thing which can exist at one time in your life. When it comes to these two, it's fear or love. They can never both coexist. And love is pure creation. It's source. It's divine consciousness. Or God, whatever you want to call it. It's love. It's pure love. That is God. So either you can allow God or divine source to shine its light, or because it's the energy of love, or it can be the anti-energy. That's the energy of fear. That's for you to decide, because the more attention you give to it, the more it will create obstacles, the more it will bring forth into your life to keep you in fear, something or the other. So it's a downstream battle you will be fighting. so to say, upstream battle, because you're upstream. So if you want to allow it to be downstream, let go of fear and whatever, and giving attention to whatever creates fear. If it's news, if it's too much TV, if it's too much social media, if it's too much listening to people whose vibrations are lower and who always keep talking about complaining, creating fear, talking about, complaints and something to worry about and something, or the other, and never in a happy mode, not really responsible for their own self-care and well-being, then maybe it's that part you need to detach from. Those kinds of people, those kinds of energies. And I will also tie it in with this card. This card can also be about over-cautious about your health. This is about money and also about your earth, all things which come from the earth, also about your earthy wellness, which could be your physical body. So maybe you have had some bad experiences, maybe, or you have been, like, because of fear, you have been overcautious about your health, cautious to the point of becoming ridiculous or fastidious, or too concerned, in the sense giving attention rather to ill health and the thought of it rather than to well-being. And that well-being is your divine right. It is always there, unless you start really giving too much attention to the thought of illness. So overcautious. So be cautious, be like proactive and do the right thing which you feel for you, but don't get like crazy and overly cautious, and to the extent you start trusting in everything else but the divinity to take care of your health, because ultimately our health flows from the divinity. It's not from medicines, it's not from diet, it's not from, although they can play their own specific roles as and when needed in the context, but ultimately our health flows from our connection with spirit, from the divine. Let nothing make you forget that. Okay, so I just realized that I picked out one card, but there have been two cards for you in both of these categories, and I'm really surprised because I didn't realize that when I was picking out the cards and when I shuffled, when I kept each pile away. So wow, spirit has a way of getting its extra message out there for you. I was not aware. Well, I will have to read those messages, so there's more for you. All right, so what is it that's been some of the challenges you've been facing? So I feel you have to keep a control over your emotions, I feel, right? So this is kind of a challenge, what's been going on. You have to keep you've been tested to keep a control on your emotions. See, this is the King of Cups. Balanced with his emotions. He knows how to do the right thing. He's sensitive, creative, and yet emotional, sentimental, and yet in control of his emotions. They do not rule him any longer because he's crossed that stage. So this is also what you have been facing in the past year, and you might be facing again in 2022. To get a reign of your emotions, to become more emotionally mature, centered again, this would be also meditation, I would say, would help you with this. And there's another message for you from spirit. Lessons going on in your life, so one of which will be playing out again in 2022. You had fear and you had purpose. I know what I am here to do. Here you go. I know what I'm here to do. I feel it's possible some of you might have been feeling a bit kind of purposeless, kind of aimless, kind of directionless, kind of lost, kind of cynical, helpless, and I don't blame you, because I've been feeling that a lot of times myself this year and the last, with the way things are. I feel lack of freedom. I feel oppressed, even if things are not directly affecting me, because that's the general energy, and we have to stand in our own power and uplift our own vibration, because that will affect everything else around us and not the other way around. So we collectively have to do that, each for our own. So you might have been feeling that, but your purpose will come to you again. I will guide you to connect with spirit, go in for meditation or something. Spend time alone with you, however, away from the clutter and noise, because you might have been feeling sense of purpose, and feeling purposeless might be a part of the divinity's plan for you through 2022. Now, because it's when you feel purposeless, remember, it is true that feeling purposeless and directionless, that the real direction and the real purpose often comes in to your life, and you're least expecting. Powerfully it comes in, but first you have to go through that feeling, through that struggle, through the emotion, through that phase of feeling directionless, or you're feeling cynical. You're no longer feeling connected to or interested in purposes which had been guiding your life earlier, because they no longer feel relevant enough, important enough. You're no longer passionate about them, or you're bored of them, or they no longer fire your soul. So no, if you feel this is part of your lesson, don't worry, don't fear, don't try to resist it, don't try to hasten it. It is there for a reason. It'll go away by itself. Allow your guidance to come in from the source. So just so that you know in advance, so that if you feel this way, this is a lesson going on. So that's okay. So big things happen. A lot of people who become very successful in life later, or they often have long phases when they were doing nothing, or dropped out of college or school, or had no idea of, and maybe touched the lowest bottoms of not knowing what to do, darkness and all. So no, this is a lesson going on. However, this is relevant for you. If you're already doing some work or in a job or something, but feeling purposeless, or in a larger way, whatever it is, in your life sense, in relationships, it's part of your lesson. Then a message from Spirit. What does Spirit say to you? A message for 2022 by your higher self, your spirit guides. It says ground yourself. Again, as I said, meditate. This is grounding, centering, controlling your emotions, not allowing your emotions to overtake you or make you crazy or whatever, right? Or make you their slave. So grounding, grounding yourself, which can be done in many ways. It can be done by being in nature, being in solitude, meditating, just being alone with yourself without doing anything, being grounding, doing gardening, being on the beach alone, or whatever it is that brings you peace, which is away from everything else, which is by yourself, which is just your soul connection with spirit. So you can do whatever of these things or anything else which can help you ground and center yourself and find your rebalance, your balance. Connect with Earth, Mother Earth. She is what nourishes us and nurtures us, right? So this is also about your root chakra. Maybe your root chakra, your sense of security, your sense of belonging, your sense of feeling safe and grounded in the earth is being challenged. And you're finding it really hard to feel a sense of purpose and sense of centeredness, sense of safety and joy. It says being distracted, unfocused. Again, see, it's the same things. It ties in with the purpose card. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, impatient are all signs that you are ungrounded. And this is again about your emotions taking over you, because you're not grounding yourself. Now is the time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. You can always read up more about grounding. If this is something you're hearing for the first time, there's so much about it. You can read about it in some good articles, some good write-ups on the internet, and you can always decide what best to do. If you haven't already been ever grounding yourself, what best to do. But this is about the spiritual aspect of you, right? And then I come to my shadow deck, a powerful raw deck, which I asked, what is that one subconscious block? Now you might not be aware of it, or not really be aware of it fully, which has been limiting you and holding you back, and way more than you even have realized, and which now your higher self, spirit guides really wish you to acknowledge, focus on, work on, release, transcend, transmute, right? And what is that? Opulence. All right. What does it say? Opulence. It's time to lead. It says it's time to lead. So what do I sense from this? All right. So I feel that this is about, you've been kind of holding yourself back. Like, again, being too cautious, too worried, too tired, too irritated, too uncentered, too fear-based. And that's the shadow side. That's the block. You've been blocking yourself. It's time to let go of fear. It's time to overcome the emotions which have been enslaving you. Time to center them. Time to take control over them. Time to allow them to be released through you, the unhealed emotions, and time to trust more in the absolute power of the universe to keep you in abundance and take care of you. And have your back. So this is about opulence. Is not just about physical opulence, physical wealth, or physical the good physical things of life. It's about, I would say, it's about learning to live, trusting in the universe, knowing that the universe has your back, and you are being led, guided to walk forward in style and free of fear and with trust and with confidence. you know, so that you know you're a glorious being. You're a glorious being, and you allow that part of you to come through instead of shutting it down through fear and in the shadow, keeping in the shadows. And also ask for your rights wherever you are, whatever this is guiding you to. In some aspects of your life, you might have, you know, been keeping yourself in shadows, not taking credit for things you deserve credit for, being in the shadows, allowing other people to overshadow you or take away your credit, or not speaking out for yourself. So all of those things which are keeping you in the shadows, walk forward, take your stage, take your space, shine your light, allow the light to fall on you, speak your truth, say your mind, walk forward, don't give in to fear. Stop giving attention to fear and fear-based stimulus and stimuli. So walk forward, allow yourself to shine. If you've been scared to dress up more, if you feel you will draw attention to yourself or whatever, but you've been wanting to dress up, go out there, do what. If you want to wear red, but you feel people will say you're too old for red or for pinks or purples or whatever, I'm just giving an example, but you want to go ahead and do that. Don't hide yourself, so to say, for whatever this means for you. You don't have to do whatever you feel another person would do in this case. This is what you want to do, not to hide yourself in a closet, to come out there and shine. So and this has blocked you for a long time. This is a subconscious block. You don't feel worthy of being noticed or attention or being acknowledged or appreciated. Or if you come to that phase, you hide yourself, you feel embarrassed, you want to just go and hide and not take center stage or whatever, in whichever sense this means, even in relationships. And finally, some good things which would be likely happening for you in 2022, guidance from spirit, messages, some joyous news, some good things, some blessings. 2 of Cups. This is a beautiful card, a wonderful card, one of my favorites. Now this could be, now again, because this is a general reading, I'm not reading for a specific person by tuning into their energy. Now this could be again about, depending on some of you, if you're unmarried or divorced or whatever, this could be about finding that right person. This is a beautiful, harmonious, love-filled, heart-based connection with someone which could result in a deep relationship, even a marriage or an engagement. It could be that, if this is something which fits your specific case, or something, a friendship turning into more, a lifelong companionship or relationship or commitment, heart-based. Again, see, cups are full, heart-based, and or this could be about a work-based venture or kind of collaboration, artistic or heart-based or creative collaboration with someone where there is a relationship of mutual trust, mutual creativity, mutual support, cooperation, joy, excitement about it. So it's something where there is an equal kind of deal, an equal kind of relationship in more ways than not. So this is a big blessing, finding that joy with someone or in some way, or maybe even integrating 2 different aspects of you which had been separated to us, finding love for yourself, finding forgiveness for yourself greater, or maybe when you come out of the shadows which you put yourself into, you find greater love for your newly revealed self and you fall in love with that self. Most likely this is about people, someone you're collaborating with, connecting with on deep heart-based level. A new friend may be coming into your life, a deeper friend, a deeper relationship, a deeper maybe connecting with a soul tribe kind of person, or a partner or a husband or wife, or taking that relationship, if it's already there, to a new level. So this is great news. Well, that's all I have for you guys who chose pile B. And for 2022, as of now, I will be coming up with more readings, of course. And again, I'm really surprised that you got 2 cards from 2 of the decks, which I'd never intended and I was never aware of till the moment I picked these up, and that's why I was confused. Well, Spirit always has ways of surprising us. Now I move on to those who have chosen pile C as their general reading for the year 2022. Let's see, guys, what's in store for you. Let's see first the challenges which some of you at least might have faced, or which have been revealed to you, or which have been running through your life, some kind of blocks or circumstances in 2021. All right, the Emperor card. Well, this is very interesting. I feel some of you have been having the rough side of things when it comes to authority. So this could be something you've been having some problems with law or authorities, officials, on whatever level. It could be at the level of a corporation, company, it could be at the level of local government, it could be with travel, travel officials, with people, you know, on whom a lot of things are dependent, people who have power and authority in certain departments. So you have been, you know, getting the rough edge of things while dealing with them. This could be for travel or other things, but, you know, just kind of, it's possible you've been facing challenges in getting things done, maybe things where you require government documentation, or where there's been red tapeism or something, or you've been facing officials or people who've not been too helpful, or who've been exerting power over you or taking away your power. This card, more than anything, speaks about, usually about, if it's in a challenge, about taking away your power. Somebody has been, or something, or some organizations, institutions, or laws, or people, or events connecting to them have been making you feel powerless, suppressed, oppressed, like you don't have power, disempowered, taking away your power, your rights, your liberties, even in small ways maybe. So you've been feeling a lot of that. This could also be in the family, this could be at workplace, it could be a family member or a boss, or also a father figure. This is also often about a father figure or a father. They have been probably, maybe they realize or not, maybe you realize or not, at least maybe not consciously, they've been taking away your power. They've been acting too tyrannical. They have been dictating terms to you and making you feel powerless or entrapped, whatever. But you have been really feeling like, so it's time to take back your power. Basically, that's what it says, in whatever ways you're guided to. So the divinity will guide you once you connect. So that's what you've been feeling, and some of these might be lessons, things which you couldn't have avoided because they are lessons. So the best you can do, could have done, is to have surrendered and trusted, asked the divine for help in whatever was right, to reduce the obstacles or to guide you through with least resistance possible, instead of resisting. You've been facing this. Okay, let's look at the lesson, one of the most important lessons which will be shaping your life and circumstances and events in 2022. Most important life lessons, because your spirit guides are now asking you to acknowledge those life lessons, some of the life lessons which are going to be majorly shaping your life, or already have been. So because if you're aware, you will be forearmed. See, grief, it says. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So I feel that some of you might have lost something or someone you loved or precious in the past year. It could have been a close family member or someone, or it could be some things you held, a way of life which you no longer can have because of what's happened. Something or someone which you held dear, or which was a part of your life, and you have gone through grief and pain. In bereavement, it's possible, or in some other ways also, losing a way of life, no longer being able to travel or do things or be the way you were used to, or some way or the other. This has been grief, and that it was meant to happen. It's a part of your life lesson, right? So this, and it could be happening in 2022. It could be. So this is one of the lessons. If you've already gone through grief now, you will be guided now more and more in 2022 to transmute it, to work through it, and to know that it has at the end of it, what's waiting for you. When you look at it and when you learn through it and when you release it, there is much joy. It cannot shake you any longer. There's much joy waiting at the end of it. Through that tunnel, when you travel through it, you come out so much stronger and enriched in ways you could never have imagined before it happened. This is one of the lessons which will be playing out in whatever ways, whether you've already gone through it or will be going. But just know that, trust in the spirit to guide you. Nothing else can guide you. No one else. People can be there for us, of course, loved ones, but often no one has the right answers. They can only help us to the extent their maturity or their experience is. And experience and maturity doesn't come just by age, number of years you've lived. It comes by really having connected to that wisdom within you in your life. So know that this is going to be a lesson for which you're being guided to, through by spirit, to transcend, to learn, and to evolve through it, right? Okay, and then let's see. A guidance from your spirit guides for 2022. Let's see what it is. Okay, it says support. So I feel even in relation to the grief, there might be people coming in support for you, or you might be guided to support people who have been in grief around you, who have been in grief. You might be counted to be that helping hand for them. But more than anything else, this card speaks to me about spirit having your back, providing support to you. If you will let spirit do that and seek support from that spirit, only then it can help you and guide you. It loves you unconditionally, but it wants you to allow it to help you and be there for you. So what it says for you is, people come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return, often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So I feel that some of the people who you might have lost, or who might have walked away from your life, or no longer part of your life, they were meant to be there for only for a certain reason, and that purpose has been fulfilled. That's why they went away or no longer part of your life. And other people are already there. You should count on them. And there are more people. Don't think that you'll be alone, or if you're feeling in grief or in pain or sadness or loneliness, people will come. As and when they're part of your soul lessons, trust they will come, even without you wanting them or being aware. And most of all, spirit is always there. Your divine higher self is always, always, always there for you, with you. But you are the one who will have to learn to tune in to how to connect with spirit, because it will not speak to us like that, as like a friend will or a family member will. You have to learn to connect with it through your heart, and then answers and support will come. The feeling of love and warmth, and being enveloped by that love and warmth will come. So this is again a spirit. Please know this is a message from your spirit guide. Support is always there around you. It will not always come in the ways you expect, or instantly, or in a quick fix way. It will come in the ways which is right for you, in terms of the lessons you meant to learn. Always know that. Finally, I have a card here, which is from this powerful shadow healing deck. And again, this question was for, what is that one big subconscious block now? A subconscious block. Now, these are blocks you might not at all be aware of, which you'll be guided to really not focus on, because it's not been given your attention and acknowledgement, but which you'll be guided to really acknowledge and work on and help transmute and release in 2022, or the process may even have started now. Liberation. Wonderful. It says free yourself. See? Free yourself. Because you are allowing something to, become your bondage. It could be anything. Person, emotions, a loss, a way of being, a way of thinking, your self-limiting emotions. So free yourself, liberate yourself. It is not necessary that a way of life you knew to be, a way of being you knew to be, was the best way to be. It might have served you best at a certain time in your life, but now that time is no more. You've moved on. Therefore, it does not serve you any longer. Therefore, you have evolved, and therefore something else. You will have to get out of your comfort zone and know that it's okay. You will be held and guided if only you will trust and surrender and not resist so much. It's time to liberate yourself. There's been a lot which you have allowed to hold you bondage. And these are your own self-limiting thoughts and beliefs, or habits, or addictions, or ways of codependency maybe. So you are being guided to liberate, because only when you cross through this, no matter how painful, it's only on the other end, maybe not now, that you'll realize how free you feel, how grateful you feel for having gone through it, because you will know it by what you receive at the end inside you. So please know this, and it's never, these cards are never painful. They are true, honest, raw revelations from your spirit guides. So you've been, I think, powerful lessons in store for you, being guided, and you have already been, maybe this has been playing out even in 2021. So being guided to liberate, free yourself from whatever it is that's being holding you back. It could also be this, what I'm saying, maybe someone taking away your power, your rights, your way of being, maybe a family member making decisions for you, deciding what is right for you, taking away your freedom, not allowing you to be authentic. Take back your power and don't be scared. Liberate yourself. Being dutiful and good, there's no such thing as that. It's doing what your soul knows is right for you, which is the right thing for you. Okay? Know that. It's not about pleasing anyone, even if it's a father or a mother. No one is above, the voice of your own soul. No one can hold you prisoner within your own self, in the name of duty or respectability or whatever. If you're not happy, you cannot make anyone else happy, and you're not responsible for healing anyone or for their happiness at the cost of your own, freedom, inner joy. So never mistake a duty or love for, being imprisoned by someone's expectations of you or on you. And finally, I have a card for what I asked was some good news, some blessings from spirit, from the divinity flowing to you in 2022. And you have one of my personal favorite cards. I absolutely love to receive this card. This is 10 of Cups. This says that if it's not so now, it will be. In a beautiful family you will experience in 2022. The joy, the fulfillment of having a full family. Every one of us has a family. We stay with our loved ones, whether just a few people or more people within the family around us, wherever we stay, but it's not always the same quality. Some of us have joy, a feeling of contentment, connectivity with each other, and in some families it's more of disharmony and trying to just coexist whatever way, and there's tension and underlying unresolved emotions. This card is for when there is joy and contentment and warmth and happiness, and the knowing that this is so that you can be grateful for it. You're not just warm and contented and happy as a family blessings, see children, where this is about happiness, a happy family life. It's not just a happy family life, but more often than not, it's like a blessing which is more than just a material happiness. It's an inner happiness which is not just created through material things, right? Even if this could be because of a financial abundance, but this is not just about financial abundance. This is about that quality of happiness which cannot come unless it's coming from within you. And this happiness, it's a blessing. So you will also likely be in this card. People are also aware of the gratitude. They are grateful. They know that this is a blessing, and they know this way, and they know the family is blessed. That feeling of joy and freedom and inner connectivity, happiness, it's happy family. You feel grateful because you feel there's love and there's warmth and it is happiness. So this is a great, wonderful card to receive. So I think if you're feeling concerned or if there's been pain or grief, know that this is the final card. It's like a blessing, a happy, joyful family. You will be taken care of. There'll be love and warmth, and the sun will shine upon you, and you will feel the joy of that family life. So guys, for those who chose pile C, this is all I had today for this reading for 2022 for you. And now I will move on to my final pile for this reading, general reading for 2022, and this is people who chose pile D. All right, so here I will start the reading for those who chose pile D. So again, I have two cards here. Seems two cards came out. Yeah, two cards fell out. This is for the challenges, some of the challenges or obstacles which many of you faced likely through 2021, or which might still be going on, or which you were aware of having taken place in your life through 2021. Some of the obstacles and challenges which you had to face or deal with. So let's see what it is. Okay. Oh my God. All right. These are two very similar cards. They are not same, but they're very similar, and it is very, very interesting that you should receive both these cards, because I said even though they are not same, they are very similar. This is likely about professional conflicts. Now I feel a lot of you people face some difficult times at work or with your work colleagues. There was lack of harmony, there was lack of coordination, there was lack of cooperation. There was unnecessary competition, there was unnecessary disharmony, or people, talking over each other, speaking over each other, lack of coming to consensus, lack of coming to a harmonious space or working together, harmony and order in ideas or implementation. So, that kind of thing. And sometimes this can be manageable, but sometimes this can become nasty, and this can become more irritating to manage than you imagine. So this can be light-hearted at times and solved, but sometimes it can become really like pain in what. So this can become that kind of conflict when people are immature, refuse to learn, or are ruthlessly competitive, or are not working in a heart-based way, or not sensitive enough for their co-workers or colleagues or their juniors. So this could have happened with you. You might have faced this kind of thing due to whatever reasons, and this created disharmony, or lack of it took away your joy of work, because you had to deal with a whole bunch of people and not getting along with each other, maybe, or complaining about each other, or maybe just not being on the same page with each other some way or the other. So this was usually about your work environment. And this card is about again, this is about people cheating you or backstabbing you. So again, this could have been in a work environment or in any other way, right? So this could either both of these or one of these could have been valid for you. So this is about this is like you not being really, being open and honest with each other. So this could have been you, but this could likely have been other people with you. You felt there was lack of transparency and honesty with people around you. Some people might have been trying to keep their cards too close, and this could have been discomforting for you, not giving you the right information, or trying to sabotage, or doing things behind your back for their own petty gain. So this is a petty energy. Basically, this is not, again, an energy of transparency and cooperation and coordination and healthy honesty. This is people who are being dishonest, or in the worst case scenario, or holding their cards too close and being too secretive in the lesser evil scenario. But whatever, this is not a very happy card, so again, dealing with that kind of situations, people, circumstances where you feel like you don't know much, or there's been the people throwing nasty surprises at you, or trying to do things in the dark or behind your back, that kind of energy, right? So so this is it. And for the challenges, and now for your card from the spirit. This is a card from your spirit guides, a lesson that they truly wish you to know for 2022. So what is the highest message they have for you? Something which they would really like you to know, an advice or a guidance, or just a piece of information. So this is memories. See what it says? Very interesting. It says memories. Let me read what it says. It says, your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are rising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in spirit world. For neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So I feel that a lot of you might have been going through memories, feeling alienated, feeling the lack of the presence of your loved one in your life, or feeling, kind of alienated and isolated because of what's been happening, situation in the world, or any other thing. So this is about, or a lot of feeling nostalgic for the things that are no longer part of your life, or people who are too far away. So it's just telling you that even if people are far away, you are stronger connected with those you love than you think. There's an energy which connects you always, and to give space in your mind to happy memories, not indulge in not so happy memories, and also not become addicted to just being in a space of memory, daydreaming, or just being in memory all day long, so that becomes a world of its own and keeps you from being in the present. Right? It's okay to be in memory lane, nostalgia lane, but not if it becomes an unhealthy addiction. So this is just about allowing this to happen, indulging in happy memories. They are your right, good times, and hoping for more good times, hoping for more heartwarming memories. At the same time, if you're just waiting for, maybe you come back from meeting someone, and then when you come back and you're like, when can I meet them next? Or, that kind of energy. If it's like always keeping you from being in the present, and you're always like, waiting for something else to happen, something, because you've become so addicted to it, because the memories are so strong, and so that you want to recreate them again and again and again, and cannot be in the present moment, then it becomes an addiction. So take whatever it resonates, whatever it means for you from this message, but this is the message. And your spirit guides and your loved ones, even those who might have passed away, maybe some of those who you might be missing, are there for you always. If you've specifically been missing one of them, know that they are there for you. They are always there. You cannot maybe hear, but they know you, they see you, they are there for you, especially those who really loved you and those whom you really love. They're always there. And trust me, you might find it hard to believe, some of you, but this is true. That's the message for you, and this will play a big role in 2022. You'll be creating many more memories. You'll maybe going down nostalgia lane, but just know that do not allow that to, not be present at all. Do not allow that to happen. So you might also be, finding reasons to maybe opening past photo books, scrapbooks, meeting past connections, or somewhere the other memories will be becoming greater part of your life, fond memories and all those things, right? Let's see what we have in the other cards. Now, this is one of the powerful life lessons that will be shaping your life in 2022. So this is the guidance from your higher self, and guides one big lesson that will be shaping circumstances, events, situations, relationships, or all of it, or some of this in your life, especially in 2022. And this is the card lesson of growth. It says growth. It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So please note, when we talk of growth, this is not about outer growth or professional growth or, materialistic growth, or although those might be part of what's happening, but this is mainly, first of all, about inner growth and expansion of your mind, your consciousness, which might have been limited in the past. So this is going to be a major lesson. So if you're aware, you can allow this process to happen without as much resistance. If you're used to creating resistance, you will allow this to happen with much greater joy. You will be able to embrace it much more proactively. So this kind of growth is set to happen. If it might have already started likely. So I want to expand my consciousness in some way or the other. You'll be guided to circumstances and things which might be pleasant or unpleasant or in between, but they'll be happening because you're being guided through them to expand your mind space, your consciousness, your way of living, your way of looking at things, your perspectives, and expanding your insight. And that's a huge gift, all of it. So allow that growth to happen, because that growth will transform other aspects of your life. It has power to do that in ways you cannot even imagine, and that's a blessing, right? And now I have here a powerful card from one of the shadow healing decks, and it tells you, it talks about one subconscious block. Now, subconscious block, again, I've been repeating myself through all the piles. It's a block which you might not necessarily be aware of because it's so deep in your subconscious, but this is one block which you are being powerfully guided to focus on, acknowledge, heal, transform, release in 2022. And so becoming aware of it will really help you be proactive. So this is, it says, Nas, feel loved and proud. Feel loved and proud. So what I feel is that when I look at this card, is what I feel is that some of you, it's like I feel some of you might have felt unloved. And I also will relate to this memory card. I will also relate it to this card. Some of the such circumstances, situations playing on in your life, people who make you feel unloved, unworthy, lesser, insignificant, and not a joy to be with. So it might be connected with your own self-esteem and the kind of love you feel for yourself. It's possible you have often in your life for a long time, and you've been carrying this burden of not really loving yourself fully and not really allowing yourself to feel worthy, because you've been feeling unworthy deep inside. Even if on the surface you feel confident, you say you're confident, you feel worthy, deep inside there's a seed of unworthiness, more than a deep-seated feeling of being unworthy, unloved, insignificant, and that might be running your life. So this could be happening in 2022 because you are being made more aware of it, so that you can once and for all, with the guidance of spirit, help to undo this and heal this and release this and transmute it, so that the worthiness and the joy and the feeling of love you feel is no longer just to, kind of like a superficial thing. It is really coming from the depths of you. From the depths of you, you're feeling worthy, and that it's not a superficial feeling which you just mask yourself with, to hide your insecurity or feeling of unworthiness. So allow yourself to feel loved and proud. This is also about shadow healing. I feel truly that some of you must do shadow healing work in a deep way. It could be to do with childhood traumas, when you were made to feel in some way or the other lesser or unworthy, or didn't receive enough of the right way of affection and unconditional love. Something is there and which might have shaped your life. It's a block in subconscious you've carried for a long time. It's time to release it. You can find shadow healing meditations, inner child healing meditations, meditations to clear your heart chakra, meditations to heal your heart chakra and to be in the feeling of true love, meditations to forgive yourself, your own self, so that that forgiveness flows to every other aspect of your life, to feel worthy, to feel to feel loved, to feel unconditionally in love of your own self. So you can do that meditation. There's lots of stuff there to heal, and you can pick and choose, but this is a powerful subconscious block which is up for being healed in 2022. So if you're aware of it now, you will be truly proactive, and you will not be so much at a loss when things appear in a certain way, because this lesson is going on. This subconscious block is guided to be healed. And the final card I have for you is like a blessing, a good news, a blessing, something good which is meant to happen for you, or at least most of you, in 2022, and that is justice. Now this is a powerful card. It's a major arcana card, and I feel justice will be happening. Justice means divine justice. Now it could be in relation, everything is divine justice. There's no justice other than divine justice, whether that justice is in a relationship, whether that justice in a court of law, in whatever way, justice or fairness, it is ultimately linked to something divine which is meant to happen to you. So I feel something right will be happening to you. If you've been treated unfairly, unjustly, if injustices or unfairness have been done to you or felt by you or perceived by you in the past, they will be set right in your heart and in your life or in your outer circumstances or in all of those aspects. In some big way, you'll be aware of this happening, or a legal process or a court proceeding or something will be going in your favor, right? So this is a big news for you. It's a good news, right? It could also be in relation to this, like if people have been sabotaging or treating you badly or sabotaging or working behind your back, the justice will prevail, fairness will prevail. So don't worry, don't be scared. This is a huge card. It could be in a court of law or in any other place where you might have been wronged earlier. Justice will prevail now, and at any time, now or later, but in 2022, in some way or the other, nature will have your back. The divine law will have your back. The divine law of justice, fairness, and karma will have your back, because you might have earned it now or in a past lifetime, but it will work in your favor. So I leave you to know which aspect of this life this refers to, but some things, legal things or other proceedings or otherwise in relationship or something will work in your favor where there has been an injustice to you, whether in this lifetime or in a past one. Something will now be worked out fairly for you, and this is really good news. So set your heart and mind at rest and look forward to learning proactively all the lessons in a good way by surrendering to spirit. And I'm sure there's a lot of growth, as you said, growth happening in your life, and a lot of self-love will be coming in when you heal your shadow self and know how worthy you are. Right? So guys, those were all the readings that I have, all piles. If you're interested in a personal customized reading, feel free to get in touch with me on my email. The link has been given, and I will do personal reading. You receive it in 3 business days, and always free to get in touch with me. And do come back to my channel for more readings. I'll be doing, hopefully in 2022, more and new and interesting readings to give you insights into your own inner self and your higher self's message and guidance. Till then, I truly hope you all have a much better, much more beautiful and blessed 2022 than 2021 was. If it was good, I hope it was better. If it was sad or painful, I hope the 2022 year is truly healing and transformative, magically transformative for all of you and all of us. And do take care, and wish you a very, 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 very happy and magically blessed 2022. Bye-bye for now.